This is a video for Bearing, but also for anybody else who might have been struck with several strikes at once, and then they're all treated as one strike, and then they're all treated as three. I've had my channels shut down repeatedly because people will do false flagging, and Google and YouTube ignore this. I'm going to show you how to get around that. First thing is, if your YouTube channel has been shut down, you may still have access to your Gmail and or your Google account. Log in through just Google, and it may show you they have access to an account. Next, there's pages and pages of people trying to help here, and I understand that, but this instructions I'm giving can only be done by Bearing. Not even sugar pointy points. So here we go. And I'd like to mention I'm on page 2 and I'm down here. That's me. Okay, now, here we go. And you can also do this while not logged in if you cannot get access to your account Bearing. You can do this. I've done this myself. And I'm going to give you some recommendations at the end. I'd like to thank Undoomed and Sargon Avocad and everybody else for doing this. Now let's get to the point here. First thing you do is you have to fill out your full legal name. If you had your account set up to where you could do what you did before, you would have to match what you put in. If you used an LLC or a lawyer, use that. Next, you have to use the email address that you used to sign on through YouTube and Google. And again, if you have access to those, it's okay to sign in first. I recommend trying to, just through the Google main page. Next, you have to use a secondary email address. I'm suggesting you use missbearing@gmail. And I'm also going to bring up something silly here. The Drama Island bear character. Yes, Total Drama Island is a cartoon series, and it had a bear character that looks exactly the same as Bearing's icon. That's a tiny possibility, but I'm suspecting this is YouTube heroing, or YouTube White Knights. So anyway, next thing, you put the URL of your suspended YouTube channel in, and then next you put in, please briefly explain why you think your channel is suspended in error. Even though it's closed, you still do this anyway. Doesn't matter, they have to look at it because I'm going to show you how. You put in, see also, explanatory video, and then you put a link into the video. That's what's sitting right here. Now why do you do that? As everybody is obviously aware of by dealing with Google over the years, unless you have special snowflake privileges with them, they ignore every damn thing unless there's some sort of bot fill in here. They don't allow you to do anything here, except for one thing. Now this is what I've noticed, I don't know if it's valid. The YouTube bot cannot interpret the URL for a video because the YouTube bot can't watch video. It will forward it to a human, number one. Number two, the video has to explain briefly, and you'd better script it well, that this has happened, and you want to know why it happened, and you want to know what, put up a screenshot set like I'm doing here. And you also include a short instruction here saying, without being told what has happened, I don't know what's happened. Now, according to what it was posted, Bearing said that he got 3 notices. He has to have screenshots of those, or has to have knowledge of those, and fill it in the video and explain why they don't matter. And if it happens to be from Bearing using the character from that cartoon or some other content, he has to promise to delete it, whatever the heck it is that was complained about. You might want to also mention that shutting down a channel for something that could be just deleted is excessive. It implies that a person's guilty of willful misconduct rather than not knowing what it is, and of course YouTube not telling them why makes this all the more worse. Next, it should be pointed out that YouTube purges keep happening, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say it. I'm fed up with YouTube and Google lying to us about why they do this. I had one channel shut down and I eventually found out it was because it wasn't correctly connected to my Gmail account. Yeah, that's how I lost one of my accounts. Another account was shut down simply because a person had filed hundreds of false DMCA takedowns and they'd been canceled, and they still let the idiot file more. YouTube and Google do not have safe harbor when they do this. Next thing, I'm going to suggest that Bearing just set up another account, another channel. Use a machine that's clean, isolated, and use it to get everything done as best you can for just being able to communicate with Google if you have to. Because that way it's not going to involve anything else, and you can use that as your secondary email address. And if they do shoot that down, instead of shooting down Miss Bearing's account, your extra account would be shut down. I hope everything was backed up. I'm sorry all this happened, and warning, please don't anybody else go to this page that I'm going to have a link for and try to submit a helper video for them. That's not going to work. They'll ignore it, and they may lock it out of you being able to use the form. It doesn't lock, I can submit requests all day long, for someone else, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help them. They have to see some consistency between what you post and what your channel was. Again, Bearing, if you're watching, I love your show, love your videos, and I hope this helps. To everybody else who might be getting hit with this, don't file this more than once from your machine, because they use that information to figure out that you filed more than once. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with all that.